room at 10 at night, trying not to laugh in front of my son. I'd shown up to my son's after-school program 15 minutes early. 20 minutes past pickup, Rowan still hadn't come out. That's not like him. So I went in, and before I got halfway down the hall, the program director found me instead. Ms. Abbott had a particular expression on her face, and suddenly the wait made sense. There was an incident, she said. I braced. Rowan destroyed another family's property, deliberately. The Kessler boys' remote control car, it's in pieces, and there's some damage to the storage cabinet as well. Here we go, I thought, because I knew about Tucker Kessler. Everyone did. Rowan had come home 3 separate times that fall with things broken. His lunchbox cracked in half, his glasses bent. A model rocket he'd worked on for 2 weeks snapped at the fins. Every time I raised it, the answer was identical. We're addressing it. Tucker has some impulse control challenges. Boys this age, you know. And my kid, who once refused to swat a wasp in the kitchen and instead spent 40 minutes escorting it out with a cup, had apparently smashed something to pieces. I'm honestly stunned, Ms. Abbott said as we walked. Destruction of property is never an appropriate response. And the Kesslers are here. They're talking about restitution, possibly more. My hands were unsteady. Rowan is 9 and apologizes to furniture. Through the office window, I saw him, sitting in a chair too big for him, feet not touching the floor, hoodie sleeve pushed up. There was blood on his forearm, not a scrape, actual streaks of it, drying. He looked up when I came in, and there were no tears, no defiance. He looked steady, almost proud. Tell your father, Ms. Abbott said. Before he could, the door swung open, and the Kesslers came in. Mr. Kessler already red in the face, his wife holding a plastic bag with pieces of an expensive RC car in it. That's him, Mr. Kessler said, pointing. That's the kid who wrecked a $200 car and put a hole in a cabinet. We want it replaced and we want it documented. I started to answer, but Rowan stood up and turned his arm over. 4 deep gouges, parallel, still weeping, cat scratches, bad ones. He did break it, Rowan said quietly, but not for no reason. Ms. Abbott stepped in, more carefully now. There's more context. The program cat, Biscuit, the one the kids feed, she was under the storage shelf with her kittens. Tucker was running the car at her, full speed, repeatedly. Rowan's voice stayed level. He'd already hit her twice. She was hissing, and she wouldn't leave because of the babies. And Mia was crying, because she said the kittens were going to get run over. And Mia's the one with the hearing aids, so she couldn't even yell loud enough for anyone to hear her. The room went quiet. Ms. Abbott went on. Rowan got down on the floor and put himself between the shelf and the car. Biscuit was panicked, and she went up his arm. He didn't move. He didn't drop her. He put her in the supply closet and shut the door. And when Tucker came around with the car again for another pass, Rowan picked it up and smashed it on the floor tile. That's what dented the cabinet. Mrs. Kessler had gone pale. I looked at the bag of plastic in her hand, then at my son's arm, and something in my chest rearranged itself. Show me the damage to the cabinet, I said. Ms. Abbott pointed. A dent, maybe 2 inches, in a metal door that already had 30 years of dents in it. Now look at my kid's arm. My voice came out with an edge I didn't recognize. That's going to need cleaning, antibiotics, and possibly a tetanus booster. And I'll tell you something else since we're documenting things. What your son did to that animal, repeatedly, with witnesses, is animal cruelty. There are 11 kids who watched it. I've dealt with enough of these cases to know how that reads on a report. Mr. Kessler's mouth opened and closed. He didn't mean it, his wife said. He gets fixated. We're working on it. They stopped mentioning the car. We spent the evening at urgent care, then at the vet because I couldn't leave without knowing about Biscuit. She had a cracked rib and was going to be fine. The kittens were all accounted for. Rowan fell asleep in the waiting room with his bandaged arm across his chest, and I sat there quietly laughing to myself because I had just delivered a confident speech about how these cases read on a report. I'm a heating and cooling technician. The Kesslers pulled Tucker out of the program the following week. Biscuit lives at our house now. She sleeps on my